asked you about if you write lyrics first is because it feels like the song's getting long. So to me, like I would have guessed that you wrote lyrics first because it seems like you said everything that you wanted to say and then you put music to it. You know what I mean? So I would probably challenge you in another song or this one to come up with a song structure and music, a verse and a chorus, and then a bridge and a chorus. And then that'll limit the amount of lines that you have for your words. And then at that point, the challenge will be to fit your lyrics into those words because it just feels like it's getting long. And part of that is because, it's a demo and it's just, it's not fully produced and all that kind of stuff. So, I understand that as well. But I think structurally, I think it could make sense for the songwriting as a whole to be thought of as for you to force yourself to limit the amount of times and then challenge yourself to edit all the words that you have here down into less amount of lines to be thinking about your music in that way, if that makes sense.
Cool. And so I'm thinking about some of the previous context, what lines that give context, lines that need context. And I think and Irina, thank you for being patient with me. What I did is I tried to organize your lines into sections, so to help me visualize where we are in the song, and echoing what Anthony does, and this is a great to expand on Anthony's great comments is. One of the things I will do. So notice how you set up this structure here. So you have and people call these sections different things all over the world. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, here this section here is my verse. This section here in the green, this is my pre-chorus, and then this section here is my chorus. And the reason why I blocked them like that is these are your very, very distinctive musical sections. Now the blue section here is really the most important section of the song. That's your chorus, which of course you repeat down here, and then you repeat down here. But what I would say, so this get rid of that real quick. Once you set up your first verse, that's kind of the king. And I say that ironically and without no pun intended. That's kind of what your section should look like when you get here. Because notice, so you have verse, pre-chorus, chorus, and it's pretty clear. And then here you have a lot of stuff, and then this is kind of a pre-chorus, and again, this is probably two lines. So once you kind of get here, once you kind of get here and here, it matches. But you have this kind of a gigantic section, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but I would try and match that. So visually you would have this going on. And then you have your verse, I'm sorry, your bridge and your chorus. Like this is kind of how I would like your song to look like. And it would feel like it flows. So if you can cut down these ideas here. Sorry, one second, no color. If you could get these ideas about the boy into this section, into a shorter section here that matches the length of your previous verse, I think you'll be fine. And so what this means is you have a ton of freedom the first time you go through, but I would recommend following that the second time through, because you kind of get lost. You have a lot going on, and if you can narrow it down to that sectionally, I think you would be great. So I just posted my website, artistaccelerator.com, in the chat. Please I'd love to have you join up for my newsletter. Every year I do a songwriting retreat in Nashville. I'm also available for doing song critiques privately, and you can find out all that information on the website, artistaccelerator.com.
Okay, so hopefully that information helped you out. If you're looking for a lot more ways to improve your lyric writing, I've got a couple of free cheat sheets that you can download by tapping on the screen here. And if you have not yet subscribed to this YouTube channel to stay updated on our latest songwriting videos, you can tap our logo on the screen for that. And I'll also have links for that stuff below this video. So thank you for checking this one out, and I'll talk to you in the next one.